Boys, well done. So many positives from tonight. So what pleased you the most about the performance? Great goals, clean sheet, the control.
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well there. Of course, I felt a lot of control in the game. 3 goals, clean sheet. What more can you ask for?
An assist. You can ask for an assist. You got an assist tonight. Yes. Can you talk us through that? Do you practice these link-ups with Mitoma in training? And did you get a chance to see the finish? Because you were all on the other side, and it was quite a touch that he got.
Yes, of course. We speak about it. We train it on the training pitch as well. Yeah, I saw the space in behind. He was ready to run, and he had an unbelievable touch and then a very good finish. So I have to thank Mitoma a little bit for that assist.
And this guy here next to you, 2 goals. Minteh, what worked so well for you tonight?
I think the compactness with the team. They always try to communicate with me, push me. Every time when the first half is finished, the whole team come to me. Hey, keep going, it's not enough. So I always try to listen to them because he's behind me. He helps me a lot also, with the communication, like left, right. So it's good.
And you come to England, you come to Newcastle, and then you immediately go to Feyenoord on, and now you're back. You're playing in the Premier League. What is coming together so well here at Brighton for you?
I think everybody is trying to hold me like their own brother. That's what helped me a lot because I was in Newcastle, I didn't play any game. They loaned me to Feyenoord, so I went to Feyenoord, playing 1 year there, come back to the Premier League. Now I'm in Brighton, so everything is going well. Yeah.
And the clean sheet defensively today, Bart, you guys really stopped Chelsea, even though they tried to bring pace on both sides of the pitch. What was really key in the defensive performance?
I think, like Yanni said, the compactness was very good. Of course, we had some spells where we had to sit deep for 5 or 10 minutes. But I think the boys did really, really well. I don't think there was a lot of shots on target that we conceded. So, big credit to the boys for the compactness and the energy they put in that.
And 2 wins in a row against Chelsea, that's not easy. Do you feel like you really turned the corner after that Forest performance that was really tough for you guys?
Yeah, of course, we needed to show a reaction. And I think the boys did that against Chelsea already and now again today. Again, big credit to the boys, and now we have to keep going, raise the bar again and go again.
Yeah. Dreaming of Europe?
Yeah, for sure. Dreaming. And it will come one day. Yeah.
Well done, boys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Danny, how good does that feel?
It was great. Big 3 points. It's been a massive week for us, a couple of weeks, obviously after a horrible result for us, and it's important that we've reacted in the right way.
Tell me about your reaction when you saw Karu's goal.
Yes, it was when I seen the first touch. I've seen him do it countless number of times in training and in the games too. His first touch was just impeccable. The touch inside and then the finish, it was something. It was a thing of beauty. So watching that, being on the pitch, seeing it in slow motion, it's all just going slow, and it was amazing. Great goal.
All Premier League players have a good first touch, but is his a level above? It looks so effortless as well, so consistently.
Yeah, he's got a great first touch. As I said, I see it in training all the time, and he does it so many times in the games, and he's got a way of evading the defender with his first touch, and it's not something that's done by luck. It's something that he's worked upon throughout his whole career, and he's only getting better at it.
And tell us about Jan Kuba. How much talent is there in those boots, and does he owe both of those goals to you today?
Do you know what? I think he does owe both of them today to me. To be fair, I'm waiting for the return, but I'm just so pleased that we got the win today. 3 points was so important for us and puts us now on the right track to finish the season strongly.
You started this by referencing the Forest game. How on earth does a team turn it around after such a low to then beat Chelsea twice in a week?
Well, there was obviously something wrong when we played against Forest and our performance as a team, and we had to look at ourselves, have some honest conversations within the dressing room, with the manager and the coaching staff and everybody, and we all revamped very well, and we reacted in the right way. We had to have the right mentality. It was something that we couldn't just gloss over. There's like one result that was really bad, but we had to have this feeling, of like what it felt like to to feel that way after the game and carry that with us, and that's something that I think we spoke about. We've got to remember this feeling, never to let it happen again.
And now take off for a strong finish, final 3 months of the season, climb that table?
That's the aim. We take it game by game. We know every single match is difficult, but game by game we go steady, and we've set the standards. We want to build upon that now.
Dreaming of Europe, confirms Minteh, the 2-goal hero tonight. These are the numbers from the 90 minutes in that encounter, and I think the one that stands out glaringly, obviously, is Chelsea's no shots on target.
I mean, they've got touches in the opposition box, but, you know, it's all very well just keeping those passes, but there's no one really breaking the deadlock. Again, I found them boring tonight. I found they didn't have the answers to break down Brighton's back five at times. And they only had one shot against Brighton in the FA Cup as well on target. So it's a problem for me now, the last couple of games, that with the calibre of players they have, why they're not creating more chances and shots on goals.
Yeah, it's the first time in a Premier League game this season Cole Palmer, their main man, hasn't created a single chance. That kind of tells the story too.
Yeah, I know, but I think, would you sit here and think, Karen, as well, that he's just been found out of his style of play, people understand how it works, and in many ways figured a way to stop it, because this bad run in many ways has started from just before Christmas, and it's still going now. I
think it goes back to what we said at the start of the show. They have to problem solve, and that also means if Cole Palmer's not in the game, you can't just rely on Cole. Cole's an absolute brilliant talent, and he's trying to go deeper because teams are sitting deeper, so he's trying to find spaces, but he needs other people, because we showed at the start, again at the top of the show, he creates those chances, people aren't taking them, but the calibre of players in that squad and the money they've spent, it shouldn't rely just on Cole. And if he's not having the greatest game, that should mean the whole game plan doesn't go out the window. That's not good enough.
What should they have done differently?
I was disappointed in the wide play. I was disappointed again that, when they turned to a back five, how is Enzo changing the game? It was exactly the same in the FA Cup. I thought they would have learnt their lessons. It's a deep block, crosses into the box, maybe put another centre forward up as well. Not as in, it's difficult because Jackson's not involved because of his injury, but maybe move, I don't know, try something a little bit different. But I didn't see it. I see the same things that happened from the FA Cup game into tonight's game, and you get the same outcome.
Yeah, well, Chelsea couldn't find a way. You wanted to add?
Yeah, well, Karen said the same things. There was a free kick that you highlighted as well, that they did the same They tried the same free kick again that they scored from in the FA Cup. So that just highlights exactly what she was saying. But it was weird to see Chelsea, a team that, as we saw, had so much more possession than Brighton. They didn't really create too much, or in watching the game, they didn't even look dangerous. I know sometimes you have shots and they go wide, but there wasn't really us in a green room like, oh, that was close. There was none of that really, so it was quite strange.
Okay, so I was going to say that while Chelsea didn't have a single shot on target, Brighton scored 3 incredible goals, the first of which definitely stands out. And as Natalie Jedra in the interview rightly mentioned, an assist for Verbruggen as well.
It's a great pass, but I think the touch just makes that pass even better. He's not only watching and looking for the ball coming over his shoulder, he's also concentrating on where the defender is to know where to bring that ball back. And you can see from the way he takes that touch and then the second touch straight after, it was all calculated, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. And it was, for me, it's the best touch for me this year that I've seen, and will most probably be the touch of the season.
Yeah, can you remind us again what makes it so difficult?
I mean, all of it. The balance, the agility, the quickness of the speed, the tight touches, the shots outside the box. And like I said, I have raved about Mitoma for so long now, because he's so graceful. He's so graceful, and he makes everything look easy. And look, I know we've criticised, Chelsea's in attack, but equally in defence they've made poor decisions. Brighton have got one extra player in that attack there. Gusto's got to tuck in a little bit. If you're a player down, leave the furthest player, and he's not the problem. Go to the player that is, and that was going to be Mitoma. And then he was left in that 1v1. So as much as Chelsea have criticised him in attack, Enzo's going to be thinking, we've still conceded 3 goals. If we are not good in attack, we have to have a clean sheet. So today it's been poor. It's not a long distance journey for Enzo home, but it'll be a long journey because he'll be racking his brain after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fabian, well done. the team was composed when Chelsea had a lot of the ball at the start of the match, and then wonderful goals and control in the second half. Was it a complete performance tonight?
I wouldn't say complete. I think we suffered a little bit in the first half. I think we started well. We created 1-2 chances, and after we scored the first goal, we got a little bit too passive, especially in the low block. We didn't find the right trigger to go in a high press, and there we suffered a little bit. But we changed it in the second half, and I think we defended overall quite good, and that was the key today.
Yes, defensively, before we speak about the beautiful goals, what was important in the way you guys managed to stop Chelsea again twice in a row?
Compactness, intensity, defending together, have the mindset that always as a team you can defend in the Premier League, and that's something where we have to work on. That's something what has to be our basic things, because if we don't concede a goal, we are always able to score 1 or 2, and that has to get in our mind.
Mitoma's goal. You see him every day, working, training. Can you explain the goal, especially the touch? Because it was quite impressive.
Yeah, sometimes I think you can't explain the things from special players. I think it was a special action from him. He deserved it because he works hard every day. He's fully committed to this club, and I'm really happy for him that he had a special moment today.
With Minteh, which aspects of his game have you seen developing since he arrived here? Because even defensively, he was helping Veltman throughout the game, and offensively, his finishing was really top class.
I think he tries to improve in every aspect of the game, and I think that's what we demand from him, especially against the ball, because like I said, defense stability will always be the key, and that offensive player have to be part of it. If the offensive player are not part of it, then we get in trouble. So he developed there, and of course, when you work hard against the ball, when you commit for the team, then I'm always convinced that you will get the chances in possession, that you will get the chance by transition, and today he used it.
Is it even more pleasing for you as a manager to get the second win against Chelsea after everything you went through with Forest and that tough loss? Because immediately you have that fire of trying to show a response, but today you kept it.
Yeah, but it's not about me. It's always about the club, and I always, and that's what I would always promise. I give the best for the success of the club. I give the best to support my players, and that's what I try to do every day. And in the end, of course, I get judged by the results, but that's the thing I always promise myself, to give everything for the club, to give everything for the players. And in the end, the players are the most important. The players, they need to be convinced of the idea. They need to stick together. They need to show togetherness. Not only the players who are playing, also players who are beside that. And therefore, I'm happy for them.
And do you feel that after that 7-0, you really turned a corner?
Again, for me, of course, the 7-0 is still a topic, but what I always say is trust the process. It was only one game, and we knew the reason why this happened, and we shouldn't overanalyze it now. We shouldn't overreact on this. Things like that, they happened, and we were sorry for our supporters, very sorry for them, because they deserve more. But the only thing what I can say, that all the staff members, all the players, they work really hard to give the supporters what they deserve.
Yeah, you shouldn't overreact on good or bad performances, but the fans obviously are very excited after tonight's performance. Does it give you more of a confidence thinking about Europe? It can go even to 8th place. So
it's important to, like you said, it's important to not overreact in bad experience, not overreact when you have experience like today, a positive experience, not get too euphoric. It's very important to understand why we get these things, because of hard work, because of hard training. And if you continue working hard, if you push the limits, if you keep the standards, then let's see what...
Absolutely. And while the first touch was amazing, and Chalobah went with him, as you mentioned, the defenders around him, the second touch really leaves Chalobah nowhere.
It happened, it came so quickly. His foot only touches the floor once after that touch, and that's what I was saying. He knew exactly what he was trying to do. The ball landed perfect, and within his stride, he was 2 steps in a way. And from Chalobah has to turn like that, he can do what he wants, and he's picked the perfect place to put that and set it just a little bit wider, and the keeper gets a little fingertip to it.
Yeah, you can see the celebration from Ruta, the celebration from Danny Welbeck as well, how much they enjoyed that. Let's hear the comments from Danny Welbeck about that touch from Kaoru Mitoma.
Tell me about your reaction when you saw Karu's goal.
Yes, it was when I seen the first touch. I've seen it countless number of times in training and in the games too. His first touch was just impeccable. The touch inside and then the finish, it was something. It was a thing of beauty. So watching that, being on the pitch, seeing it in slow motion, it was all just going slow, and it was amazing. Great goal, great goal.
Yeah, so the first one was more individual brilliance, but Welbeck was involved in the second one, and that was Minteh's first of the night. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more like a team goal. The first one was individual from, I'm going to call him a ballet dancer now because his feet are that good, Mitoma. But, Ruta was great. Physicality in there, nice tight touches again. Bullying past Chelsea were non-existent. And then it's unselfish there. I thought he might have messed it up, but he's made a really good touch there. Minteh to get away from it again. Jadon Sancho might have done better, Sean, there.
Yeah, a little bit. Just make it a little bit difficult so his touch isn't cleaner. But after that, Ruta does everything you want your attackers to do. And Welbeck's nice little touch. And as Karen said, we both was like, we think that chance is gone now. But yeah. Minteh does fantastically well the way he chops it back and just lifts it a little bit so it's away from the tackle and the focus to put it in the back of the net.
So that was the goal that made it 2-0 at half-time, and then Minteh was to get a second in the second half, and that capped off the scoring on the night for 3-0. He found the tightest of angles, the smallest of spaces to squeeze this one in.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea were calling for a foul and switched off then, but it was never a foul, and Brighton were right to carry on, and then it exploited down that side. I thought Cucurella again got done twice, sold himself, and the defending from Chelsea, honestly, the desire. This is the foul.
Is that the foul? That no? I don't know if that would have been really soft to give a foul. But when we was watching that just before, if that's Caicedo, watch Caicedo when Danny Welbeck gets the ball. He's just walking. Nobody goes to press him down, and a player with the quality of Welbeck can play that pass. But after that, for me, Minteh still has a lot to do. And for Cucurella to get chopped again by the same player going back onto his strongest foot is a bit more of poor defending from Chelsea's perspective, but taking up away from the finish.
That last clip there shows actually Colwill getting back quicker than Caicedo, and he was the one that got fouled up the pitch, allegedly. It wasn't a foul, but he recovered back quicker than them. Poor from Chelsea.
Yeah, and Brighton just showing you there into 8th place above Aston Villa on goal difference, 37 points. It was a memorable night for them, 3-0 the final score. Let's hear the thoughts of their manager, though, on this victory. Here's Fabian Hürzeler.
Fabian, well done. The team was composed when Chelsea had a lot of the ball at the start of the match, and then wonderful goals and control in the second half. Was it a complete performance tonight?
I wouldn't say complete. I think we suffered a little bit in the first half. I think we started well. We created 1-2 chances, and after we scored the first goal, we got a little bit too passive, especially in the low block. We didn't find the right trigger to go in a high press, and there we suffered a little bit. But we changed it in the second half, and I think we defended overall quite good, and that was the key today.
Yes, defensively, before we speak about the beautiful goals, what was important in the way you guys managed to stop Chelsea again twice in a row?
Compactness, intensity, defending together, have the mindset that always as a team you can defend in the Premier League, and that's something where we have to work on. That's something what has to be our basic things, because if we don't concede a goal, we are always able to score 1 or 2, and that has to get in our mind.
Mitoma's goal. You see him every day, working, training. Can you explain the goal, especially the touch? Because it was quite impressive.
Yeah, sometimes I think you can't explain the things from special players. I think it was a special action from him. He deserved it because he works hard every day. He's fully committed to this club, and I'm really happy for him that he had a special moment today.
With Minteh, which aspects of his game have you seen developing since he arrived here? Because even defensively, he was helping Veltman throughout the game, and offensively, his finishing was really top class.
I think he tries to improve in every aspect of the game, and I think that's what we demand from him, especially against the ball, because, like I said, defense stability will always be the key, and that offensive player have to be part of it. If the offensive player are not part of it, then we get in trouble. So he developed there, and of course, when you work hard against the ball, when you when you commit for the team, then I'm always convinced that you will get the chances in possession, that you will get the chance by transition, and today he used it.
One thing that Hurtler highlighted, as we see here, that Brighton in all competitions have 5 wins in their last 7. So in a bit of form, although that was only their 3rd Premier League win in 13. Sean, he highlighted the defence and how they stayed compact and how they defended so well. And that was the key for him to this victory. Stark contrast to what we saw from Chelsea.
By a long way. I think if you look at all the clips where they conceded goals or chances, you're seeing 4 or 3. And always 1 extra or 2 extra players more than the Chelsea players, where when you saw the other side, they had even Welbeck on the edge of that final third, still waiting for that transition, but there to make it solid and make it hard for Chelsea to beat. That Brighton played like a team that know they've been on a little bit of a blip, and Chelsea played like a team like they're not in any problems or any worries. That's what it looked like to me.
Okay, we are going to get some reactions from a Chelsea perspective, though. Let's hear now from Malo Gusto.
Malo, tough night. Defensively, what did you feel that really didn't go your way?
No, just as a team, we are very disappointed tonight because it was an important chance for us to be more close to the third. Very disappointed.
What did Brighton do that made it so hard to defend? Those 3 goals were really good goals, but what was really challenging tonight?
No, they just had more. They just had the more desire to win than us. We just have to do better for the next game, because it will be important for us to stay on the top 4, and that's the target.
And especially on the sides of the pitch, with players like Minteh and Mitoma having such an inspired evening.
Yeah, it was not about these players. It was just about us, about our performance. So we just have to come back on the training in the good way, and to do better in the next game.
Yeah, you spoke about mentality. 2 wins in the past 9 Premier League games. Do you feel like this is weighting on the players, and it's growing in terms of affecting the mentality of the team as a whole?
Yes, maybe, but the most important is the reaction for the next games, and we just, as I said, to give our best for the next few games, and to show our best.
And how can this reaction come?
I think just in the training, and to have the desire to win, to push ourselves in the pitch, and out the pitch as well, to say the truth, and to just give our best in the pitch.
Thank you, Malo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So these are Chelsea's last 9 Premier League results, and just 2 wins in there. At times, even when they've had the lead, Karen, drop points. It's been a struggle for them in the last 9 games at least.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that he said there was, just from that interview, was desire. So we can talk about tactics all we want, but that's the first thing that is a non-negotiable, really. So, those 9 results are not good enough for what they've spent and where they want to be. And like I mentioned, the conference they're flying, this was a big opportunity for them today. And especially with Man City and Newcastle playing each other, they could have kicked on. So if that's not a big enough desire for you to want in the performance, that's a big worry. But like we've spoken about, both ends of the pitch, massive struggle for Chelsea, and they have to improve very quickly.
Let's take a closer look at Cole Palmer, because as mentioned, for the first time this season in the Premier League, he hasn't created a single chance. We talked in the build-up about how only 1 of the 43 chances he created previously had been put away. Tonight, he was absent. He was missing.
I think for me, he seemed to have played in a completely different position, in a completely different way, to the point where there was conversations of him. Did he look happy? Is he enjoying it, sort of thing? But here, with the chance that came up before, me and Karen shouted right straight away. And then this chance here, where I think Enzo's saying, you should have let it go. And he's obviously saying, well, tell me. Which is, for me, he's right. If he doesn't get the shot, he's got to take the shot. But even with this one here, where the ball goes in, I don't think that cross is a bad cross. I just think nobody's gambled on that chance. He can't really do no more there. That's a bit from the plays. But I thought, tactically, Brighton played him well. If he was up top, they made sure he didn't have no space. If he got the ball to feet, they made sure he went back and they made him move further back. So you have to give credit to Brighton for him not playing well or creating any chances in that game.
They obviously learned their lesson from what happened at Stamford Bridge, where he scored 4 in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he's frustrated, and I don't think it's from this game. I think it's been a build-up for quite a few weeks now, and I think he's just that when he went like that, what more can I do is what you said, and I think in his head, he can't do any more. Other players have to step up. But from the game that you mentioned at the start at Stamford Bridge, the energy from Chelsea is very different. Chelsea look lethargic. They look like they're already going, and they should be 1-0 up just because they have to fight more.
Yeah, and they'll have a big fight on their hands now with the Champions League places, with the battle for top 4, and they go to Villa next week.
Well, it's the thing with the Premier League. There's always a fight on your hand, no matter how good you are or how well you're playing. No game's easy, and to go to Brighton and think that you are going to win, you're going to end up losing the game, because whether they're on a blip or not, everybody knows what the players in that Brighton team are capable of, and they showed it today.
What can Enzo Maresca do?
I think he has to try something different, maybe a different shape. He hasn't really got that option, with Jackson out. You're looking at the bench today, we were looking and we're like, George came on and did a little bit. But even for all the money that you're looking at and you're thinking, what can he do to try and mix it up? But maybe just needs to put a rocket up the players. As like I said, if Gusto's coming on saying the difference was hunger and desire, well, that's something that they have to look at as players, because that's not good enough. I'm actually fuming from watching that Chelsea game, because I'm like, it's not good enough.
Big fight for top 4. Can they do it still?
Not playing like that. They've got a long way to go if they think they're going to do it like that. Although they have the players in there to do it, they like Karen said, they need a rocket.
All right, well, there you go. Big night for Brighton. 3-0 the final score. They are into 8th in the Premier League. For Chelsea, another defeat. It's just the start of match week 25. Enjoy the football.